to protect and serve. This is an Apple Tech Talk product review. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another Apple Tech Talk product review. Today we're looking at the Catalyst waterproof Apple Watch case. It's designed for the 42mm Apple Watch Series 2 and Series 3. It provides water protection up to 330 feet. It gives full 360-degree protection of your Apple Watch, and it has a drop protection of 6.6 feet. Let's take a look at what's inside. Inside the box is the Catalyst waterproof watch band and case. The watch strap is integrated into the case. The band itself is a vinyl material, very similar to the standard watch band that comes with the Apple Sport model watch. There is a hard plastic shell that goes into the or around the watch, and while you can't see it, there is a vinyl liner or a vinyl holder that we're actually going to put the Apple Watch into, and that helps prevent intrusion of water, dust, and helps it be shock resistant. Also in the box is a small screwdriver. This is needed to remove the single screw that locks everything into place once you have your Apple Watch installed, and there is an instruction manual and warranty information that is also included in the box. As a general rule, when we look at equipment and we look at products, we glance at the instruction manual to get a familiarity with how it's used and what you do. In the case of the Catalyst waterproof watch band and case, this is actually quite comprehensive. There's a lot of information in here, and it gives very detailed instructions on how the case is used and how to install your watch. And we really do recommend that you take a little bit of time to get familiar with the instructions and read through them before you attempt to put your Apple Watch into the case, so that you're very familiar with what needs to be done and you follow the steps in the correct order. We're going to take you step by step through the installation of the Apple Watch into the Catalyst band. So let's get started. The first step, of course, is to remove the your standard band from the Apple Watch. So we're just going to remove this. We are using our 42mm Apple Watch. Step number one is to carefully remove the screw from the back of the case, and you want to remove it completely from the case. In order to separate the different parts of the case, this is the back surface of the Catalyst vinyl liner. You're going to put your thumbs on the back, holding the corners of the strap and the case, and apply some pressure until the case separates. And you do have to apply a fair amount of pressure. Inside is actually a mock-up of the Apple Watch. You want to carefully remove this vinyl insulation or vinyl cover, and there you go. There are the two pieces. We've got our actual Apple Watch on one side. This is the piece that they send with the watch. We can set that aside for the minute. You now want to insert the Apple Watch into this vinyl liner. You want to use the edge that has the wheel and the button first, and slip those into the case, and then carefully work this vinyl case around, being careful to put it on evenly, and you don't want to tear it, because this really is the main component that gives the protection. And you just carefully work it around, and you'll pretty much know when it's on correctly. As you can see, it's fitting pretty squarely onto around the Apple Watch. You can tell that there are no gaps and no pinches along the front edge. That's probably the most important thing to look for. If you look along the back, you can see that the sensors and the LEDs that are built into the back of the watch seem to line up perfectly. You can also check it by hitting the thumb wheel, hitting the different buttons to make sure that it's working properly. With that piece done, you want to take the top piece of the case and insert it carefully around the Apple Watch, being very careful that the edge of that vinyl liner is lined up smoothly along the face of the watch. They do explain this very carefully in the instructions, and I'm hoping you can see this, that there is a nice smooth edge, a nice line all the way around, indicating that the vinyl is squarely on the watch, and then the watch is squarely into the plastic housing. Once that is done, you want to take the bottom of the watch and you want to drop the assembly into the case and press down until you feel it snap in. Again, if you look, you can see that the seams are tightly closed. And once that is done, you want to take the screw and insert it back in and screw it down tightly. And that's it. You've now installed your Apple Watch into the Catalyst case. At this point, it is now protected against water up to 330 feet of depth. So if you are a scuba diver or you are working in certain situations that require it to be in water for a long time, you certainly can use this. It is now also dust resistant, and it has about a 2-meter drop force, which will give you an added amount of protection. You know, one of the things we've always worried about with an Apple Watch is we love wearing it all the time, but if you're doing rough work or you're in construction or something like that, you want to make sure that you protect it as much as you can, and the Catalyst waterproof case certainly does that. Just a word of caution, the outer surface of the or the top surface of the watch is still exposed. There's no added protection to that, and while the case does have a raised lip, which will certainly protect the face from getting bumped or scratched, it is still the surface of the watch that's exposed, so you do want to be careful about that. It does add just a little bit of size to the watch, but it's certainly nothing that is offensive. And quite honestly, if you are using this in tougher or more hazardous situations, you're certainly not going to care about the extra depth as compared to the extra protection that you're getting. If you want to find out more about the Catalyst watch band and waterproof case, check out our full review on appletechtalk.com.